For this video review, we're going to take a look at Hooper. So this is the character from the first Jaws movie. So this action figure is produced by Neca. So let's take the figure out of packaging and discuss the details and articulation points and some of the cool features that this action figure has in store. Before we take the figure out of packaging, let us first do a quick 360 of the box art. So let us examine the contents of our purchase. So we have the main action figure. You have an alternate head unit for head swaps. So the scuba gear, the tank, then the rebreather, and some other gear is already integrated into the action figure. So the separate pieces would be the flippers or the diving fins. We have the flashlight. We have the spear. We have two knives on board and the shark dart. So we have the action figure out of packaging and all of the accessories. But first, let us take a look at the base figure. So the first thing I did was to exchange head units. And once we put all of the diving gear, we're going to change into this head unit. But first, let us take a look at the base figure. Let's do a quick 360 of that base figure. And as for height, this figure stands around the 8-inch mark. Okay, so we are ready to discuss articulation points on this action figure. So let's start with the head unit. So with regards to the head, we have ample left and right motion. And because of how the head sculpt is really designed and it really nestles tightly to the neck of the action figure, the tilts is going to suffer quite a bit. But we at least have neck tilts on this action figure, or looking up and looking down motion. Now with regards to the articulation points on the body, we have a diaphragm cut for sideways motion or rocking motion, and some of that function too. Rotation, we still have a articulation point on the waistline for rotation of the waistline. As for the arms, we have full 360 of the arms. We have 2 points of articulation for the elbow. And we have rotation and the hinge for the hand. We also have nice ample T-poses for this action figure. But just be careful when you articulate this action figure that you really take care of the cloth goods or the scuba suit of this action figure, that you won't tear through the fabric. Now moving towards the leg. So forward motion possible. You also have a cut on the thigh for rotation of the thigh. Sideways motion also possible for kicks. And 2 point of articulation or bend for the knee. And that is the limit because of the cloth goods material. When you bunch up, the bend is going to hinder a bit. As for the foot, we have a little bit of sideways motion, a little bit of rocker motion because of the way the boot or the scuba boot is designed, the rubber scuba boot is designed. So this section is going to be quite hindered with regards to articulation point, but you still have nice articulation points on that section. So it's going to depend really if you're going to force that foot to move to a specific direction. Okay, so with regards to details that is on the base figure, so we have a diving watch, and this is the details on the aqualung, details on the cylinder, and details on the breather. And this section engages with the mouth of the other head unit. Now we're ready to discuss the details on this head unit. So the mask is a separate piece and it is held on to by that rubber strap, and that is just a single strap. So be careful if you wish to take the mask of this head unit. So let's move on to the flippers or the fins. These are details on the light, the spear, the sharp dart, and a representative of the knife. So this, we have two knives on board. Okay, so we have the figure in a diving pose. So it's just sad that this action figure did not come with a display stand, but if you have a McFarlane flight stand, a DC Multiverse McFarlane flight stand, then you could use the flight stand and make use of the clamp to hold onto or grab onto the oxygen tank of the action figure. And the fins is going to act like a stabilizing brace. So for example, in this display, even if I move the Lazy Susan table left and right, the figure is not going to sway. Okay, so with regards to letting the figure hold on to the accessories, not much of a problem. Just open the individual fingers and try to make it hold on to the accessory that you please. So if you want the flashlight on the left hand, it's possible, and the spear on the right hand, that is also possible. Whatever you wish, you can do with this action figure. And I was surprised that the knife, it's easy to take the knife off and put it back in. There is really not much resistance, and it does not warp the knife. That once you put the knife in, you're not going to warp either the blade or the handle. There is enough clearance for the knife. And if you wished for a non-diving look, then you could make use of the head unit. Let the action figure hold on to the dive flippers and the mask, and you still have other accessories like the sharp dart and an extra knife that you could store for future action figures. So this concludes my review for this Neca Hooper action figure. So if you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe to help me grow my channel. And see you on the next action figure review.